What is going on, everyone? Riddick here, and welcome to Sneaker Saturdays. Today, of course, we got the classic 1990s Beavis and Butthead shirt on because we're going back to the 90s in this one. The Reebok Pump. And this particular colorway was inspired by the Detroit Pistons, the 1990s Detroit Pistons. There it is. The classic Reebok Pump Omni Zone 2. And like I said, in 2021, I've said this before, in 2021 was the first actual retro release of the Omni Zone 2, because what they were doing before that was the Omni Light, which was more of a mid, and this is the actual Omni Zone 2, even though there's a couple little things, it's maybe like a quarter inch lower than the original Omni Zone 2 and a couple other little tidbits, but for all intents and purposes, it's the first time they've retroed the Omni Zone 2, because they've been doing Omni Lights that look just like it, but in a much more mid height, right? So I think it looks great. Of course, you got that 1990s Detroit Pistons colors going on there with the gray and the blue and the white and the red. Can also double as, an American USA shoe if you want. Get up on it there, you can see the leather quality on this. The leather, I'm really impressed with it. You can see your hexalite there, and then of course your supposed hexalite on the bottom. Supposed. We say supposed because we don't think that's actual hexalite in there. It's probably just a little. Now that actually has some softness. It's not as soft as regular hexalite though, but that's softer than a couple of the earlier pairs of these Omni Zones I have. But I'm willing to bet it's just a little diamond of it in there, just the shape of this, and probably no more than that. I'd be shocked if it was there with a full square in there. So, all in all though, I think it's a really good looking shoe. Of course, with the early Omni Zone 2s, like the D Brown and that white, black, orange one, which, D Brown is white, black, and orange too, but I'm talking the main color is white on the one I'm talking about. The pumps were, like this pump actually feels like there's some effort to have to push this one, and it's already pumping up. So actually, yeah, the pump on this is takes a lot more effort to pump it. Like on those other ones, the early ones like the D Brown, it was real easy to pump and it took forever to pump it up, but this is it's already pumped up in there and it's getting tough to push. So that's interesting. I doubt they changed the actual mechanism the way they have it these days, but I doubt that it's changed from what they were using in the earlier model, or the earlier colorways. Maybe they just refined it and made it stronger. I don't know. It feels decent. Is it like, you know, as great as an original pump? Probably not, but it's not bad. It's really not. Like, yeah, it's already, yeah, man. So, not too shabby, in all honesty. Get them on there together. There they are. I think it's a sharp looking pair. I like this colorway. Not an OG colorway, but a cool colorway nonetheless. Some of the colorways they come out with are just, you know, I could live without, but honestly, most of the colorways they've come out with and the collabs that they've come out with on the Omni Zone 2 throughout all of 2021, now we're in 2022, I actually like most of them as far as like colorway is concerned. So there you go. Let's take a look at them on feet and we'll be right back. Alright, so here we go with the look on feet. And I think, you know, I'm obviously biased, but I love how the pump looks on feet. Classic retro 1990s vibe, rocking and rolling. You really can't go wrong. Especially this colorway. It's a nice clean colorway. Yeah, man. Definitely digging how these look on feet. These will be great for, you know, Memorial Day, 4th of July, for the American folks. Now, it is the Detroit Pistons colors, 1990s Detroit Pistons, but multiple uses for this colorway, honestly. Multiple uses for this colorway. I like it. I think they look real sharp. Fit is true to size, just like any of these Reebok pump Omni Zone 2s. Good, true to size. Boom. Alright, so there you have it. So I'm on feet, and I think they look really good on feet. Obviously, that's where it's at with these pumps. On feet are the way to go. Obviously, any Reebok pump up until like from '89 up until like probably '94, I'd say I loved every pump. You know, Insta Pump Fury, the Omni Zone 2, the Twilight Zone, the AXT, you know, the old school OG pump as well. And yeah, Reebok pump, back in the day, you were the man if you had the Reebok pump. They were bigger than Jordans back in the day, believe it or not. If you didn't grow up in the time, you wouldn't understand. But they were just as big as Jordans, if not in some areas bigger than Jordans. People wanted to see you rocking the pump more than the Jordan at the time. Now, it didn't last long. It only lasted like a 4-year span where these were, you know, rocking and rolling on top, if not right at the same level as Jordans, but they were there at one point. They were there, and they were my favorite shoe. Favorite shoe, man, and still remains my favorite shoe of all time. Glad they make them. They don't have to make them, but I'm glad they do still make them and bring back different models. I just wish that, you know, maybe in the future we can get, you know, we can get the ERS system and we can get the actual Hexalite back in there, because I really still don't think that's real Hexalite in there. And obviously, like on the Twilight Zone, you had the ERS system, which was faked on some of the pairs, you know. It wasn't a real ERS. So maybe we can get real ERS back, real Hexalite, and maybe the real actual, like, in some models, obviously it's just the tongue, like it was, that's how it was. But in other models, the pump should wrap around the ankle as well. Like in the Twilight Zone, it should wrap around the ankle, and the most recent Twilight Zone Retro was years ago now. It only had the tongue pump. Like when you pumped it up, the air only filled the tongue, where it should be filling the tongue and the ankle area. So, you know, maybe they can bring back the true, actual way that they made them back in the day, and not just do it for looks, because, you know, for the most part, these are just for looks. Even though the pump on this one does work, it works really well. Feels solid. Like it takes some effort to pump that one up. So, I mean, I'm happy with that, but maybe we can get those other features back, really bring back the full vibe of them. So, yeah. With that said, I will catch you all down the road.